Hi, I'm Kenna. Welcome. I've tried to do an intro 3 times. This is my 3rd time filming. First time, super shy and quiet. Second time, my video stopped videoing. I decided at least my intro should be a little bit interesting. This is me trying out that foundation from Il Maquillage. The place that's supposed to like match your skin perfectly after you take the quiz online. So we're gonna see if it does. I primarily read books. That's what I do. That's my biggest hobby, my only hobby really. I have very dry skin, so I have to moisturize every single time before I put on any sort of makeup. I don't often wear makeup because I'm lazy. And again, I have dry skin, so a lot of the time it just like flakes off and it's not a good look. We're gonna try today. And I'll explain the point of this video. This video sort of came about because I've been on BookTube since 2017 probably, maybe 2018. And I know a lot of creators and it always looks so fun, and book talk is popular now. This place. I finally caved and was like, why don't I do that? I was in, you get a mystery gift with the foundation, and I got eyeliner. I'm upset. Every time I try to video, I get cut off. Video deletes. I'm frustrated. That's the color. I've been in a reading slump, so I decided to go out to my thrift store and get, a bunch of books from probably my favorite genre, which is dark academia. Should I do half my face so we can see the difference? Bro, it's a little yellower. It looks better in person though. Like in person, it doesn't look like I have it doesn't look like I have foundation on one side and not the other. It does, but it's very much my skin color. I'm wearing mascara today, which is an oddity, but I like kind of put on a fit, so I was like, let me put on mascara too, to, you know, match the vibe. Dude, it's like, do I even need to blend it into my neck? Because it literally, gosh, just my skin, but smoother. Blend into the hairline, because that's a bit of a stark contrast. Okay, it's a pretty good match. I think it looks really good. And I used, you know, contour, concealer, blush, the eyeliner that they gave me, which was really nice. Really nice. Running out of white eyeliner though. And I need a better brand. I want like liquid, not like pencil, but I can't find any, so. Anyways, went to my thrift store. Bought 5 dark academia books, and it was so hard to stick to 5 because it's like the biggest book thrift store. The first book, presenting this post having read it because I filmed 3 intros and they either got deleted or were terribly awkward. But then again, I am like a terribly awkward person, but I was talking very quietly in one of the intros because my roommates were home, and they're home now, but I was self-conscious before, and now that I've talked it out, I'm not as much. The Magicians. I love Grossman. I just don't want to call him Gross if that's not how his name is said. You know what? I could have just Googled it. I could still Google it, but I'm not going to. I don't know if I introduced myself. I like reading, writing. I'm an English major, environmental studies minor. I'm a sophomore in college. I love Taylor Swift. Harry Styles by default. One Direction by default. Yeah, there's not many things about me. I'm an introvert. My biggest flex to book talk is that I'm an OG fan of The Cruel Prince, and I can prove it with my copy. Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. This doesn't have anything to do with the video. I've just been dying to show off the fact that I have the Barnes & Noble, and I'm humble. Anyways, I'm reading The Magician's First on my dark academic. Readathon? I don't know. So I just realized I gave the worst possible synopsis of The Magicians in the history of synopsis. I just said that. So I'm gonna try again. But basically it's about this guy named Quentin, and he's like really smart. Smarter than your average person. And he has always like believed that magic is real, or wanted to believe that magic is real. And then one day he gets taken to this magical boarding school to like take a test and see if he can get in, see if he can do magic, and like basically learn about magic and become a magician. It's based around this book series, this fake book series. And that's what made him like love magic and want to be a magician. And the main land in this book series is called Fillory. It's basically Narnia, fictionalized. Not that Narnia is real. He starts to learn that this book series, everyone who's at this school knows it and like loves it and has studied it. And he starts to learn that there's like a dark secret surrounding Fillory, the magic land. That's Narnia, but not Narnia. That's a little bit better, but I'm still terrible at giving synopses. Synopses. Okay. That felt right. It felt natural coming out of my mouth, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay, anyways. I'll see ya after I've read. I did not finish. I am 34 pages in, and I'm in love. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be a 5-star. Like, the writing style is perfect. The characters are obscenely smart, perfect. And I didn't have my annotating supplies when I started reading, so I'm already rereading the first 34 pages, and I'm not upset by that. I'm happy to reread them. I love this book, and we'll see if that remains true. I decided to dive into the dark academia aesthetic. It's kind of unfortunate because it's spring, but my legs were too pale to not wear tights. And I had a white collared shirt on earlier and it was cuter, but I spilled coffee on it. Also, I'm wearing a watch. That's me today. And these are my second day braids, but I'll wear them for 2 days because they take forever to do. And I just enjoyed a mid-morning snack of pickles. Now I'm on to banana yogurt. My room is a mess. I'm on page 50 of The Magicians. In general, I'm having like a slow work week because I had a really heavy work week last week. And so I think my professors are like, let's dial it back for a few days. So thank goodness. I'm also reading The Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass for class, which is gonna be good to read. And I think it's important. However, I hate realism. I love romanticism. The like exaggerated emotions and like dramatic events. Oh, so good. The realism with like the boring sentences and the disillusionment, the doubt. And I'm thinking, dangerous, I know, but I have the Song of Achilles and I really want to read it. So what I'm thinking is that I could pick up Circe, Ariadne, and maybe like another one at my thrift store that's about Greek mythology, and then pick up the original source material, like the Odyssey, but I don't really want to read the whole Odyssey. So I think I might get it anyways and then just read the parts that the myths are from. And like do a little compare and contrast little situation. I think that could be fun. I should get back to doing homework so that I can go back to reading because I'm having so much fun. I'm writing in the book, which normally I only do in classics because normally I don't have that much thoughts. I never annotate romance books. No thoughts. They don't make me think. Ever. And so I don't write in those. Sometimes I'll write in contemporary, but very, very sparsely. Occasionally in fantasy, but most of the time I just tab. Like I underline my favorite lines and tab those. But in this one, I have a lot of thoughts. It's a very good book. I just realized I haven't been looking at the camera the entire fucking time. The entire time. Sorry. Actually, I'm looking at myself, I guess. What can I say? That was all unnecessary information you didn't need to hear. But we're buddy old pals now. So, thought we could chit chat. Hit you back. After I read some more. I feel like I'm supposed to be taking videos of me reading. I feel like that's what people do. So, here's a clip of me reading. Day 2, Dark Academia. 3, Day 2 of dressing. Hit. I don't know why I acted like I was gonna be able to read all these books in a week because I'm not halfway through The Magicians. I'm not a fast reader, and I knew that, and I still pretended like I could finish all these books in a week. No. So, I guess we'll just see how many we get through. Or I guess see how long it takes. Okay, I knew this wasn't gonna work from the start, and let me tell you why. It's because I'm a mood reader. So the instant I'm not in the mood to read something anymore, I stop and I go pick up a different genre, read that for a little bit, and then come back. And that's why this was never gonna work. Because now I'm reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely. And I'm not stopping The Magicians. I'll probably pick it up again tomorrow. But I can't finish it quickly because I have to stop and go read something else. Because although I like reading about smart characters, I am not very studious myself. I did finish The Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass written by himself. I didn't rate it because I didn't think that was appropriate. Because it was such an important, impactful novel of the time. And still now. It was very good. Yeah, so I still haven't finished The Magicians. When did I start this? Monday? It's Friday. Because I'm not a fast reader. And I knew that. And I still acted like I was going to finish these books in a week. I'm hilarious. I even kid myself. Oh, I got a notification, but it looked like something was moving in the corner of the video. So I thought there was something behind me moving, and I was so scared because I'm home alone. So I was like, my heart. Oh, all right. Anyways, I'm gonna go read. Maybe I'm gonna go write. I'm writing right now. Can you see it in the reflection of my glasses? Wait. Can you see that computer screen? No, you're just getting a really good look at the dark circles. Okay, bye. Okay, so Butterfingers. I finished A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I gave it 4 stars. Beauty and the Beast retelling. It was cute. Followed along with the romance. I hate love triangles, so that was a struggle. But I still liked the writing and story well enough to give 4 stars. You know, 4 stars has become my neutral.
That's just my go-to. Did I enjoy it relatively well? 4 stars. For me, 3 stars is if I like somewhat enjoy it, but it's not the best. And anything that has less than enjoyment is 2. Can't remember the last time I gave a book 1 star. I'm not a very harsh grader, except for 5 stars. I try not to give out 5 stars too often, which leads me to Magician. For now, 4 stars. But depending on how much I think about it, that could change. Because the author is so talented in his prose and his way with words, his analogies, like the way he describes things, his imagery is beautiful. The story messed me up. Oh my god. And he portrays depression so well. Like, better than I've seen it portrayed in any other piece of fiction or fantasy. Because the main character, from his point of view, Quentin, he obviously has depression. You learn that in like the first 2 pages. But the way that it develops through the book is so heartbreakingly accurate. And the characters are flawed, and it's found family, and it made me cry. So if you make me shed a tear, that's pretty impressive. Because a lot of the time I just get really emotional, but I don't actually shed a tear. I shed a tear. But I don't know how to rate it because it left me feeling icky and like unsatisfied. And I understand that's a trilogy, but I felt like I read the trilogy by just reading 1 book. I don't know how to describe it better than that without giving any plot away. I wrote actually my ending thoughts in the back. Let me see how I was feeling an hour ago. Yeah, uncomfy, unsatisfied, disconcerted. I don't know what the word is, but there is a word that starts with dis, and that's how I feel. There was just no clean resolution anywhere. I mean, maybe there was. So I don't know. I'm thinking 4 stars, but I'm gonna sit on it. I'm mad. I videoed for some minutes and it stopped and didn't save. And I expressed all my feelings. Maybe it's a good thing that it didn't save. I checked this out at the library. It's called The Nature Instinct. It's about how humans have lost their 6th sense for like reading the stars and, you know, animals and the woods. I don't know. It sounded interesting to me. So I checked it out, and it's due in 2 weeks. So I think I might read this next. This is why I can't do challenges. Maybe I'll read A Study in Charlotte, but this is why I can't do this. Well, I read this whole book today. Because I had to take my friend to the ER. She's fine, relatively. And so I sat in the parking lot and read this, so I was able to finish it today. It was exactly as I expected. 3-star read, just kind of normal mystery stuff with the Sherlock Holmes type deduction solving skills. 3 stars. No special feelings about it. And that's how I get 3-star reads. If I have no special feelings, why am I so shiny? I was gonna film this in the daylight, but I left my phone in my car and I didn't feel like going to get it. So I've been without my phone all afternoon, and I found out that it's not just my phone that distracts me. It's just a me thing. The phone is definitely a contributor, but I found more creative ways to distract myself from doing my homework. I guess it's good to know that my phone isn't the root of all evil. And I've decided that this is my before bed book, The Nature Instinct. I read a chapter of it last night. My challenge that I've been trying to do for the past week, maybe I'll extend it to 2 weeks. I feel like I could do this in 2 weeks. I read 3 books in 1 week, and I have 3 more to read, but one of them is a classic, and classics take me forever. That wasn't the point of this. What I'm trying to say is I'm gonna read those during the day, and then when I settle into bed and start calming down, I'll read this. I've already learned about how to tell the direction based on trees, generally. And I tried to do it today when I was driving. I'm not good at distracted driving, so I quickly stopped doing that. And also I couldn't remember what way meant what. So I guess that was an issue too. But next, I'm gonna read The Maidens because the other Dead Letters is also a mystery. And since that was just a mystery that I just read, I would like a little bit of a change. Maybe this is a mystery. I actually don't know anything about it. I'm gonna read the inside. A spellbinding tale of psychological suspense, weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. So dark academia. I am in my soul obsessive. If nothing else, I am in my soul obsessive. It's a quote from The Secret History that I'm trying to quote, but doing a very bad job at it. But I also am trying to move away from just reading books recommended to me on internet platforms, because I feel like I've read more interesting books when I find them myself in thrift shops. Like the books people recommend are really good, don't get me wrong. I found a lot of 5-star reads that way, but I feel like I'm able to find more unique books when I don't rely on the internet. And also, I feel like there's a lot of good young adult books that were around in the early 2000s that I didn't read because I was a child, and I don't want to miss out on old books just because there's a lot of new books circulating. Yeah, I'll talk to you when I have thoughts about it. I just finished reading The Maidens approximately 30 seconds ago, and I think that I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5, rounded up to a 4, for a few reasons. The first being is that the reason I stray away from like mystery sort of novels is because I generally find the writing hard to connect to, and this was not any different. Also, I have never seen a male writer accurately portray a woman's point of view. This was not an exception. And I could see the plot twists coming, but they were done in an unexpected way. So even though I was like, oh, I figured that out, I was like, oh, but like, that was still kind of a surprise. So, but don't get me wrong, I liked it, I enjoyed it, I was hooked. The aesthetic was there, the imagery was brilliant. It just didn't speak to my soul like I was expecting it to, which also could be why I didn't rate it as highly as I could have. This is why I don't like reading hyped books, because then I'm always disappointed. Yeah, I think I wasn't disappointed when I read The Secret History, and if you consider classics hyped books, then no. But most of the time I get disappointed by hyped books because I get my expectations too high. The story was not my favorite, and I haven't read The Silent Patient, but I recognize that it was tied into this, sort of like a Six of Crows, Shadow and Bone thing. It was like that, which was kind of interesting. I wasn't overwhelmed. I was just like, it's good. I think I'm gonna finish the week reading Dead Letters. 2 weeks. I'll probably finish this either tomorrow or Wednesday, and then I think I'll call it a week. I don't think I'm gonna try and fit in Wuthering Heights or Madame Bovary, however you say it. I'll just say Madame Bovary because that's the American way. I think I'll just read Dead Letters. I'll let you know how I feel about this. Okay, I just had another thought, and I'm actually gonna rate this 3 stars because there was one more thing that irked me. Sorry, if you really enjoyed this book, you can tell me why, and maybe I'll reconsider. I'm very easily swayable by other people's opinions, which is why I don't read reviews before or after I finish a book, because I'm very easily swayed by other people's opinions. I constantly felt like I was being told how I should feel about a character and not what a character is actually like, if that makes sense. Especially the like main professor, is that it always described how I should perceive him,
not how I actually perceived him. And it was like irritating to be like, he was this, this, and this. And I was like, oh, why didn't you show me those things? Why did you just tell me? Like, it's hard to describe. It was the same thing with other, you know, side characters, whatever. It would tell me how I was supposed to see them and didn't show how they were seen. If that makes sense. There was no show, don't tell. It was all tell. And that irked me. Okay, 3 stars. When you read the first paragraph and are blown away, I love that feeling. Hello. My life is somewhat of a disaster at this current moment in time. I happened to not take my anxiety meds for a day and a half. Therefore, I was so anxious last night that I could not fall asleep no matter how hard I tried. But I had an 8 a.m. exam. Spoiler alert, I couldn't wake up. So, my God-sent professor, my absolute angel of a professor, let me take it an hour and a half late. Thank God for her. Not all professors are understanding. I haven't had coffee and I have another exam in an hour. But while I couldn't sleep, I decided to read because I didn't want to look at blue light and I have a warm lamp, so I figured reading might help. And I finished this book finally. And that's why I'm here now, to talk about it before I go study for my other exam. I'm not worried about it. That's why I'm not studying right now. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I only have a few little tabs in here, and not for any reason other than personal preference, like personal opinions. Like all the technicalities of this book were great. The writing was good. There were rich characters, rich setting. It was like, technically it was a really good book, but like personally I could not root for any characters. I hated them all. The characters that I was like, ooh, I could get behind this character, they would do something and I would be like, no, I can't. The main love story, which is a subplot, but it's still there, is like, I loathed it. Anytime there was any sort of like interaction, I would be like seething because I hated it, because I don't believe in forgiving cheaters. Anytime there was an interaction, I literally was like, next, bye. I think I wrote bye and pass every single time he spoke because I was done. But anyways, if it wasn't for the deeply flawed characters in a bad way, I think I would have really liked it because the writing was great. The mystery was like, it was decent. Okay, sometimes when you read a mystery or watch a mystery, it kind of gave me the same feeling as Death Note, where the logic, they try to explain it so it seems like that's the one path that is correct, but you're like, no, there's so many other things that it could be. There's so many other factors. You're making a guess, like, but the guess was always right. And it's the same thing with Death Note. And it catches me up because I'm like, actually, no, it could be this, this, or this. Like, why are you choosing this one and going with it and knowing that that's correct? I don't regret reading it, so it's a 3. The end. I don't think I'm gonna get around to finishing Madame Bovary or Wuthering Heights. I started reading Wuthering Heights last night, but my brain wasn't functioning correctly, so I wasn't absorbing any information. It was all just going over my head. And plus, when I reread it, I want to do like an aesthetic annotation of it. Like, they're not, you know, pretty. And I write in pencil too because I make a lot of mistakes when I write. Or I'll write something and be like, no, wait, that wasn't what I was thinking, and then I erase it and write something else. But I want to do like an aesthetically pleasing annotation where I write in pen and I color coordinate, because these aren't color coordinated, these just matched the cover. That's what I want to do, and that's going to take time, so that's going to be like a summer project. I think that this is gonna come to a close. My little Dark Academia reading sprint that actually took me 3 weeks. So was it a sprint really? 3 weeks, 4 books. That's not my usual pace. I guess I read 5 books because I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, but that's not Dark Academia. I didn't give any book 5 stars, didn't find any 5-star reads, but that's okay. I think I'm being more harsh than I was previously because I think I've read a lot more, so I know more now what is good and what is like not as good. I know my personal preference better, and I know like what makes a book good to me better is what I'm trying to say. Hope you enjoyed. I think I'm gonna do one Greek mythology version because I need to read Song of Achilles. I don't know how to do an outro. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Wish me luck on the rest of my finals and that I don't sleep through the rest of them.